Now also, James, yet another example of an organisation telling everyone else that terms like mother and father, mum and dad, not acceptable anymore. Now look, let's be very clear for anyone who's half listening and ready to run off and report us to the umpire, okay? If you want to use whatever pronoun you want, feel free, all right? Tell your mates, hey, look, just don't call me this, call me that. Okay, fine. But should every single form be changed for a minority that, well, the census is trying hard to find as being any bigger than a football stadium in an entire country of 25 million, James? But the groups now say no mum, no dad, no father, no mother.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I think, Paul, you make a really good point, because I can feel all these thumbs on the phones getting ready to start tweeting about all this. But, you know, most people have really good will, and, you know, people want to be called something, whatever. I respect that. I'm not, you know, going to be, you know, a pain about that. But what people really, yeah, exactly right. You know, do what you like. You know, God bless you. But here's the thing. What people really do object to is two things. Well, number one, the rewriting of the language so that it appears to erase women who do, I'm sorry, have a pretty special experience when it comes to the whole parenthood thing. Let's, you know, not ignore that. So to reduce them to uterus having co-parents or whatever they're called, you know, that's a bit insulting. But number two, I think what people really object to is this whole idea that we all have to be on guard because there are these sort of committees and Central Soviets that decide what the language is this week, and next week it'll be something different. And if you fall afoul of that, then, you know, you're canceled or you're in trouble or you're, made to do some sort of re-education thing with Maoist self-criticisms by your HR department or whatever it is, you know. But people are just tired of that. And when it becomes this sort of advocacy, it's not helping minorities. It's not helping people who are going through issues. It's just driving everybody nuts.
Well, also, Holly, as you know, you go anywhere near a government department, you can read everything in every possible different language, all the rest of it, right? But the standardised language is English. Now, if somebody wants to turn around and say, look, don't give me the birth certificate for everyone else. I want the birth certificate that has primary caregiver 1 or primary caregiver 2. All right, fine. You can have one, have 5 of them, because you probably won't need that many of them, but still 5 of them printed under the desk, and you can hand them out as they go along. But the idea that, I mean, again, when I go home and, you know, wake up the kids for a good night, get kiss, alas, a terrible habit that I'm into, when they say, love you, Daddy, I go, primary caregiver 1, thank you.
You know what? I am a mother. I had 3 children. I breastfed all of them. Outrageously, I did that without a paid parental leave scheme. And I actually took time out of work for a number of years. So you want to talk about gender pay gap. I'll tell you why I've got a gender pay gap is I spent about 8 years at home with my children as the primary caregiver, because I wanted to, not because anyone made me to. I wanted to be there for the very early years of my children's life. For whatever reason, I had 3 under 3.5. But, you know, I'm about to have very big surgery soon to rectify some things because I'm a mother, not because I'm a parent or a caregiver or whatever.
Okay,
Let me tell you, you want to erase women? No. I'll hand over some of the fun stuff that goes with it, guys.
I appreciate the insight that you've given us. I always appreciate honesty on this program, maximum honesty, if you will. And
I just wish the 3 of us were in the same studio so I could give you a big hug and point out how I have no core anymore.
Right. All right, otherwise we'll just get you a cold set of peas and we'll get through to the rest of the show. Okay? Quick break.
God, Paul, it's my stomach.